Hey everybody, I'm here today with a video on how to do a used car inspection. This is part 4 in my used car inspection series, and in this video I'll be going over what to look for, what to listen for, what to feel for when you are doing a test drive or taking a test drive of a used car. Now let's get right to it. You're going to take the key, you're going to start the car. Now what you're listening for is, does it hesitate? When you're starting the car, what you want to know is, does it hesitate when you start the car, or does it sound like and feel like it's just starting nice and easily? You don't want a car that really hesitates when you're starting it, so just start it up and listen and feel and see how it sounds, okay? So I'm going to start this car right here. No hesitation. It started up perfectly fine. I'm gonna give the car about 30 seconds to warm up as I'm explaining the rest to you. So, first and foremost, once again, you should be looking, listening, and feeling throughout this test drive. You should use all of those senses, looking, listening, and feeling, to let you know, to guide your purchasing decision as to whether or not this used car is a good purchase. Now, when you are just parked like this, you have to ask yourself, is the car shaking too much? It's normal for the car to shake a little bit. That's completely normal. It's part of an engine running. But does it feel like the car is really shaking too much? Now you can tell by my camera that this car is barely shaking at all, or else the camera would be shaking a lot while I'm filming this video. You should also be listening for squealing and squeaking as you're driving and while you're parked. So with those things in mind, we're actually going to go ahead and take it for a test drive. And we're going to listen, look, and feel for any things that we might consider to be issues. So what you want to do is you want to obviously make sure that you're accelerating and braking both gradually and hard. So I'm going to start off by accelerating hard. We just started the car. I really want to see if this car would be a good used purchase. Now, disclaimer, this is my car. I'm not actually buying this car. But if I was buying it as a used car, I would do this right away. I would accelerate really hard just to make sure that, you know, it's a good purchase. Accelerate really hard and brake really hard too. See if it has the acceleration and the braking power that it should have. Now, obviously, you know, if the car has a certain amount of horsepower or torque and braking power and you want more, then, you know, you have to understand the acceleration and braking power should be the amount that the car actually has. Meaning, if the car has 150 horsepower and you're thinking, wow, this doesn't accelerate enough, well, maybe you need a car with more horsepower, right? Now, if the car, on the other hand, is supposed to have 400 horsepower, but it only feels like it has 150, then that's something to worry about. That's something to consider. So you want to accelerate and brake hard, accelerate and brake smoothly. You want to make turns, left turns, right turns, both gradual turns and sharp turns. So right now, I'll make a nice gradual turn, just like this. Nice gradual turn, and then I'll make a sharper turn. So I'm going to accelerate a bit more. I want to see how the handling is, if it's where it should be. A nice sharp turn just like that. You want to make gradual and sharp left turns and right turns. So right now I've done a gradual left turn and a sharp right turn. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sharp left turn. So we're going to come to a complete stop. We'll make a very sharp turn right over here, just like that. Okay, a little bit of tire spin, but that's completely normal. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a nice gradual right turn up there. But you wanna drive this car, this used car, as if you're actually driving it on a day-to-day basis. Meaning you wanna park with it, forward park, reverse park, parallel park, angle park. You wanna pull over, just like I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna just put my signal on, we'll pull over to the side of the road. Feel the steering, the handling, see if it feels like it should, see if you're going to enjoy driving it every day. Because aside from looking for problems, you want to make sure that you're actually going to enjoy this car, driving it every day, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull away just like this. We're going to move off, back onto the road. We'll give it a little acceleration here, and then we'll brake a little bit more. I'm going to let this person go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, thank you. All right, sorry about that. I just didn't want to cause any traffic right there or a near accident or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and drive just like this. What you also want to do is make sure that you switch lanes a few times. So I'm just driving on a street here. Gonna put my right signal on, switch lanes to the right. We've switched lanes nice and smoothly. Switch back to the left. Now, I wouldn't recommend driving like this on a regular basis, switching lanes back and forth, but if you're trying to do a used car inspection, you really need to, you need to really take the car and try to do these things multiple times, because guess what? You might change lanes once and you're saying to yourself, wow, this car feels perfectly fine. But if you change lanes 5 times, you might have noticed something that's wrong with the car. So park 5 times, switch lanes 5 times, accelerate hard 5 times, brake hard 5 times, accelerate easily 5 times, make 5 or 10 or 20 right-hand turns, 20 left-hand turns. You want to really take the car and just, you know, completely drive it multiple times, doing the things that you would regularly be doing. Right, left, turns, parallel park, different kinds of parking, hard maneuvers, easy maneuvers, gradual maneuvers, sharp maneuvers. You really want to do all of that stuff. But you're looking, here's the main point. You're looking, you're listening, and you're feeling for anything that you might consider to be a problem. Okay? So you're looking at the car as you're driving it and while it's parked. You're listening to the sounds and noises that the car makes while you're driving it and as it's parked. And you're also feeling, I'm just gonna let this emergency vehicle pass before I continue. And you're also feeling for whether or not, you know, it feels right. A car should never make you feel worried because it's shaking too much or because it sounds like it's squealing too much. So you look, you listen, and you feel for anything that basically is irregular. And that's basically it. That is the part 4 of this video series of how to do a used car inspection. And once again, part 4, this video was geared towards the test drive aspect of a used car inspection. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. What are some other things that you should pay attention to when doing a test drive for a used car? And also be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.